Hi, it's me, Hit the Stone. Have you ever wanted to be a crusader from the medieval era, killing evil people, pillaging everything you see, and toppling empires, then later going on crusades in revenge of the Pope? Only difference is you have, cool blades and armor, which give you superpowers because of how much of a good person you are. And if this isn't true, then why do these monsters just carry around weapons, not using them? Like, seriously, why do they have them in any case? Why can't they use them? It's like, what's the lore? Why? Why can they not? Sorry, editor here. So I kind of forgot to talk about perks, which is basically how this game is kind of like a roguelike, which basically can do a lot of varying things, like give you energy, give you ability cooldowns, give you fire damage on your attacks, give you poison damage on your attacks, a lot of that. That's really all I forgot. I'm sorry. So the combat is kinda good, other than M1 spam. You have abilities, parrying, which kinda sucks, rolling and dashing. Also, just sheer speed / walking, which is pretty useful if you're fast enough. And while all of this is very good, the true uniqueness of this combat comes inside abilities. See, yes, some abilities are bad, some abilities are some abilities are good, and then others are literally OP. And while, yes, this game does have OP abilities, it's kinda balanced out by the fact that abilities and literally everything that isn't M1s and parrying take a lot of stamina. But I feel like this is pretty justified, especially with how crazy these abilities can be, like doing a shockwave that can stun people, or going to a different dimension, or summoning the sun. I mean, what, can I summon Jesus in this world with my energy, or Cthulhu? But ignoring that, I think another pretty good thing they do inside this game is souls, basically stuff you collect from dead enemies if you're close to them, which discourages ability spam and running away like a coward. Now you might be asking, what do these precious souls give you if you literally will stop being a coward just to collect them? Well, it's pretty simple. They heal you, they can give you damage if you choose certain perks, and they give you speed, which is so precious inside this game. Without it, you're basically a crippled man. But the souls also are lost on hit, so it kind of promotes both in a way. But with our soul-stealing superpowers, we also, for some reason, have the power of observation hockey or spider sense. Because whenever an enemy tries to attack us, a giant exclamation mark like inside Dead Cells appears above their head. This is obviously made for, newer players or just kids. But with our superpowers, the enemies also get superpowers. Those being lasting hitboxes, which is a pretty weird superpower, and enchantments from Minecraft for some reason, like Firebrand or Power, or I don't know, maybe there's an enchant inside Minecraft that makes you attack with your weapon faster, because I forgot. I haven't played Minecraft in a really long time. But with everything explained, now let's get on to the... Of course, there's your common zombie / mummy, which is your cannon fodder, but unlike normal cannon fodder, they can actually throw you off with their attack timing. And then there's also the archer, and also the skeleton with a gun for some reason. Like, seriously, how is this guy not just, dealing half of your HP inside one shot? But they're your common, shooter trope. Just shoot a bullet at you or an arrow. Then there's also the common better shooter trope, which is just a better shooter, and wizards, which are also just better shooters with homing bullets. And then there's the stupid mortars. The mortars are so annoying. Like, they hit you so many times when they shouldn't, and it literally stuns you, I'm 90% sure, mid-dodge roll. Why? Also, you got the big clubbermen, which I don't really know what else to say. They're big, muscular, deal a lot of damage, have a lot of HP, and are stupidly easy to kill. And then you have the wild card of each area. Well, I actually haven't been to the third area yet, but the first area has lightning sword people who stun you. Those guys are annoying. And then the second area has explosive necromancers, which are way easier inside every way. But now that we're done talking about all the enemies that at least I've seen, now let's get on to the bosses. In B tier, we have the Lumberjack, who has a wacky assortment of attacks, but he's pretty cool, especially for a beginner boss. And the reason he joined the Wrath, which is basically the big bad evil guy slash poison inside this world. I don't really know how it works exactly, but the reason he's a part of them is because he commits one of the most heinous crimes, deforestation. After that, we have the next box, which is King Goblin King. Honestly, I could not tell you. That's how lame he is. Honestly, he's a C tier. The only redeeming part about him is the fact that he has a "say hello to my little friend" attack, which is pretty cool, but honestly, I feel like he should have a cannon that he should regularly use to, like, not just get bullied by kiting. And if you're wondering why he works for the Wrath, it's obviously to dodge taxes. Why else? Next, we have a tier character being Kingslayer. He has cool attacks, cool name, cool lore, cool character. Along with this, he has a very nice looking black and purple around him and his entire castle. Really fits him. If you're wondering why he joined the Wrath, it's because his last king he thought was lame, so he killed him. Bro's really on that Sigma grind. Our next B tier is the Worm. The Worm is pretty cool because his attacks, other than his one attack where he just wallows around in his sorrow, I have no idea how this attack works or why it works like how it does. It just feels horrible to go against. And also his short windups. Honestly, he can feel kind of dumb at sometimes, but then you remember dashing is a thing. No, not rolling, dashing. It basically deletes his entire purpose. Now, if you're wondering why he's inside the Wrath, it's pretty simple. It's because he made a cult with me as base. Now you shall join me and be sacrificed to the Worm. You foolish travelers, you really think you can defeat me? Not with the Worm. I'm unstoppable. And there's another one inside B tier being Death. No, you cannot convince me this is literally anyone else except for just straight up Death. But I feel like he looks really cool. But the reason he's not A tier and B tier is because of these stupid traps and because he has this teleportation move that for some reason can bug out and just for some reason lets you through and then proceeds to make the game not open the next gate, which made me thought that there was a puzzle, so I wasted like 10 minutes. I don't know what else to tell you. If that's not a reason to join the Wrath, why not? After this, our only other boss that I've seen is basically the Tomb Keeper of this tomb that we're raiding, which For some reason, the guide pushes us out of the way so he can get the cursed skull, even though he probably knew he would die for it. But anyways, the boss is really cool, has a second phase, which I thought was very interesting. Plus, it doesn't really follow the Pharaoh type, thing that just goes around with tombs, where your boss has to be a pharaoh. I thought this was very creative. Now, is it a little easy? Yes, but it's definitely probably the hardest boss inside this entire list. And for the reason he joined the Wrath, it's pretty simple. He basically thinks that we're the bad guys somehow, and that they're not the bad guys. And also, he stole a kid's pancakes. Let's be real, he should deserve the death penalty immediately. But since we've been talking about bosses so much, it's making me crave some gambling.